This is Adelaide Road, and this is a street of two halves really. Victorian architecture behind me. The Victorian Eye and Ear Hospital, I believe. Never noticed that before. Not rarely down this road, but I've come down here to show the location of the expansive bridges that span the road here. 6 tracks spread over 2 bridges, so on this side we've had an ornate bridge. Try to visualise Sandwich Street there outside Pearse station and that bridge being removed and the embankment, so this is the equivalent down here of that destructive time in '59. Leave no trace, we say in the tourist circles about cleaning up after yourself when you go for a walk. They certainly left no trace of this line, and even the development going on at the moment up here, the last little section of wall connected to the line on around the corner from Peter's place, it's gone. In Presbyterian church here. These houses across the road remind me of Hyde Park. Very similar in design, maybe the same architect, possibly. You have this terrace here. And at the end of this terrace where the crane is, where the bridges were, these incredibly ornate bridges. So by obviously the line closed New Year's Eve 1958, and then the station was dismantled, tracks taken up, and by that summer they were already starting to break up the ornate bridges. So again, there was 2 bridges. One that had 4 tracks coming from the goods yard. Now the goods yard closed in 1950, and regular trains stopped going to Wexford and Waterford. I think Waterford back in 1926, so we had the absorption by the Great Southern Railway. Sorry, it's very loud around here. Just the ramp to the goods yard here. So this was the vast expanse of the railway one time. Had the LUAS coming around now. So from that ramp right up to the end was the infrastructure. Then you had these 2 massive bridges coming across the road here. So they're building in there, as I said. We'll go up and have a look. But above me here would have been the locomotive shed, and would have been right up to the late 30s. They invested in the line. They, apart from the rolling stock going from steam to diesel in the 50s, they actually invested in electrical signal cabin and electrical lights down to Ranelagh. Peter's place here. So above me was hard to visualise, but as I said, if you go into the James O'D collection, and I'll put a picture on the profile and I'll put a link in as well. I have to start putting links in rather than just putting information in, because I do implore you that it's incredible the infrastructure that was here 6 decades ago, and that was ripped up in 1959. Locomotive shed, signal cabin, 6 roads, and a bridge over this road here. So they came over here. Let's try and get here. So the railway came over here, over where this construction work is, and over the road, and there was a signal cabin there. And then it went over the canal. There was a 3-span plate, girder span plate bridge over the canal. That's why you have this ramp here, because when they started to put the LUAS in place, you know, they had to address this, so that's why you have this. So the signal cabin would have been here. 1938 signal cabin. Electrical signal cabin would have been here. And here we are, here's where the wall was. So these houses here exist from the line. There, it's gone. There you go. Oh, gone. Anyway, at the end of the video here, it's depressing. But just to show the amount of infrastructure was here, just to illustrate it again. Thanks for watching.